Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, tonight, Impact Wrestling presented their Slammiversary pay-per-view, and we had some returns, a few surprises, and overall a great show for Impact Wrestling. The first return that we did see was the Motor City Machine Guns, as they did face the Rascals, and this is something that earlier today there was talk that the Motor City Machine Guns were rumored to be returning to Impact Wrestling. Well, it does seem like they are back now, and they did get a win over the Rascals tonight at Slammiversary. And then from there we seen TNA champion Moose taking on Tommy Dreamer, Old School Rules. It was an alright match between both of them. In the end, Moose ended up retaining the TNA championship. There was some weapons involved, things like that. Nothing too crazy. There was some thumbtacks at one point in the match, but Moose ended up getting the W on that match. Afterwards, we did have the gauntlet to crown a top contender for the Knockouts Championship. We had Madison Rain, Kimberly, Rosemary, Nevia, Susie, Kiera Hogan, Taya Valkyrie, Tasha Steeles, Alicia Edwards, Kylie Ray, and Jessica Havoc. In the end, we do have somebody who's now the number one contender. That is Kylie Ray. A few times during the match, Johnny Bravo came out, once dressed up as Taya Valkyrie, a second time dressed up as Rosemary. Overall, the match, it was okay. It wasn't anything too special. Kylie Ray is a very good hand. I like what they're doing with her. Taya Valkyrie, obviously very, very good. Overall, the match was okay. Nothing too special there, but we will be seeing now Kylie Ray in the Knockouts title picture, which is really cool. Then we did have a surprise. Heath Miller, formerly known as Keith Slater, hit the ring. He offered to take on the Rascals, but he was obviously late since that match already happened. Then he said he was going to make an impact, offered to join the main event and be the mystery person. That's when Rohit Raju hit the ring, basically said, hey, you can't take my spot. I haven't had a world championship opportunity. Miller ended up taking him out with a reverse DDT. The audio mix on this was terrible. At one point, Fight TV actually went down. So the beginning, I didn't actually see. I had to watch it after because Fight TV crashed on me. I know they were having some issues prior to that. So we did see Heath Miller. Afterwards, they did have a promo with him and Rhino backstage. Scott D'Amore came up to them, was happy that they were reunited, but at the same time says, hey, Heath, you're a free agent, as Heath was wearing a free agent shirt, and said, you don't work here. We're practicing social distancing. This is a closed set. You have to leave. Then Rhino invited him to come Tuesday to the television, which I believe will be filmed on Sunday, for him to come there. So I guess we'll see more of Heath Miller on Impact Television. Then we had the X Division Championship match, Willie Mack versus Chris Bay. Really good early on. Overall, this was one of my favorite matches, with Chris Bay now becoming the X Division champion. He won that match. Then we had the Impact Tag Team Championship match, the North versus Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. Really enjoyed this match as well. The North, one of the best tag teams right now, I think, and they ended up retaining the titles. Afterwards, the Motor City Machine Guns came out. They set up a match for this Tuesday on Access Television. So that's going to be really good for the Impact Tag Team Championship. Then we had the Knockouts champion Jordan Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo. This match was pretty good. Deonna ended up getting the win. She's the new Knockouts champion. So now it looks like Kylie Ray and Deonna Purrazzo will have a match in the future. They did announce that they will return to pay-per-view Bound for Glory on October 24th. Not sure how the world will be by then, if we'll be able to have fans in attendance, but they will be on pay-per-view October 24th for their annual Bound for Glory event. And then the last match, Ace Austin versus Eddie Edwards versus Trey Miguel and versus a mystery competitor for the Impact Championship. The mystery man was Rich Swann, who returned from injury. A lot of people were kind of upset that, they were touting a former world champion. That didn't happen until Eric Young then made himself in the match. He is a former world champion, and he was in the match. Ended up where he was actually pinned by Rich Swann, eliminated. After that, he did start to attack Rich Swann, attacking his leg, which was surgically repaired. And then from there, it ended up being Eddie Edwards versus Ace Austin, as Rich Swann was eventually pinned and taken out of the match. In the end, Eddie Edwards did get the W, and he is the new Impact World Champion. Afterwards, Madman Fulton did attack Eddie Edwards, and from there, the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, made their way to the ring. They ended up beating down Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, and then they ended up celebrating with Eddie Edwards. We do have a new world champion in Eddie Edwards. As the pay-per-view went off air, we did see a video message from EC3, and he took a glass, shattered it against the wall. Obviously, EC3 is now a part of Impact as well. So a few surprises tonight. EC3, Heath Miller, Motor City Machine Guns, Eric Young, return of Rich Swann. Obviously, we knew that the Good Brothers were coming. So Impact Wrestling ultimately had a pretty decent pay-per-view. It flowed pretty decently. If you did watch it, let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to DDT that like button and subscribe. Join the notification squad to be notified of new videos. And have a great day.